Yo, playing Counter-Strike 2. Just played Doomsday 2. That's what I'm gonna call it. I believe. Um, but yeah, so I'm glad I got that dub with the other team, and then I would ban Mirage and Vertigo. Honestly, I'm gonna do that. Let's try to. Yeah. Okay. Normally I don't use. If you watch my videos, I don't normally ban things, but they're statistically so much like 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what I mean? Like much higher than us, and they banned Inferno and Ancient and like quickly. You know, so they were tuned into that, and so tried to be tuned into what they aren't good at. Well, cool.
Let's roll.
Just want to point out, so this dude who got in the DJ2 Danish video that I recorded the other day, he got 2 aces in it, and then he sent this other video where he gets an ace, which is pretty nice. He's also like taken the grind from 1600, which is like, yeah. And he said, "Yeah, good luck on your grind." So, speaking of Yaya, has the idea killed Yaya Sinwar yet? The dude who's literally like named after the deity of Israel, like the God of Israel, right? I find it so ironic. I find that so ironic. Yo.
Hey, yo.
Yo, what's up?
Hey.
You guys want to put 4 on B this first round and have someone go check Fountain?
Alright.
I'll check on you.
Sounds good.
We got it!
Let's show them who we are.
Do this!
But yeah, I find it interesting that the guy who's leading the Palestinian or Hamas, like,
Sounds clear.
one's lit, pit, in pit, lit.
I think he was water. Oh, sorry.
Your teammate's pushing monster slow. Teammate has
I
a bomb.
bomb down, just wait.
He's mid side.
He's going around water.
Water.
Nice. Like I was saying, I find it ridiculous that the guy who's like the head of the Palestinian militia, essentially, Hamas, you know, they're not a real military. If they were, what they did on October 7th is war crimes. But being that they're a terrorist organization, it's just par for the course, right? But, like, yeah, what that lady said. Hold on. I'm gonna focus on Counter-Strike. I don't see any monster. I'm gonna head back up to A.
No, you can stay.
I'm going to A.
Never mind.
Two
Come
more,
back,
two
come
more
back, come
mid.
back.
2 more.
I didn't go back. I'm going to A. I like.
Two divider, 1 pushing up banana.
Roger that.
Make him push you.
They're just in divider right now.
All right.
Let
Well,
'em waste
they're
time.
stuck between us. They're looking for a pick. Oh, nice.
One more.
Coming back,
One's
dunk
going
on.
Colin.
Pushing. Oh, that smoke cut me off.
Pushing up mid.
was just an awkward.
Throwing fire.
They're at the bottom of con.
Grenade out.
Going to B, just in
Oh
case.
my, what a nade, Chewy. Pushing
Nice.
up short right now. He's on B.
Great job.
We took the best out of them.
And short, right? Kill that. Oh.
Where'd he go?
And T,
He was on site. He was behind the.
box.
Yeah.
Buckle up, bad guys.
Oh, I'll take this MP9. Alright.
Buckle up, bad guys. But anyway, speaking of bad guys, Yaya2, the guy whose name is
Purple, you wanna
literally.
push found with me?
Come on, let's go.
It's like, your name.
I'll
It's like if
mine
Osama bin Laden
fly
was named
over
George
the
Washington or
mile,
something.
just hit
Like,
the fucking side.
you're attacking America. You're literally named after the guy who's
Bottom of
founded
con.
on.
Throwing flashbang.
This is not going well.
Grenade.
Monster?
Monster?
One?
Incendiary out.
Yeah, he's there. That was bad on my part. It was just one,
Out,
though.
Squeaky.
I should have fought him, but I was gonna smoke it off
I'm
and
going
then.
to be safe.
Another one con. An AK pushing up.
But yeah, so like one of my thoughts is that like
Fucking missed and all downhill.
you know, I keep seeing the Palestinians complain about whatever, and it's like, okay, Hamas did something that the IDF is reasonable in retaliating for it, right? There's a military response
No crosshair.
to an armed action against a sovereign state,
Construction.
right? And as much as they want to complain about
Pushing up.
Israel being a state, the reason Israel's a state and Palestine isn't is
Two.
that instead of forming a state in 1948, instead of starting a state, the Palestinians started a war
Look at
and then
faith.
lost it. Whereas the
Why
Israelis
are
started
you
a state
water
and then
outside?
won the war that was launched against them. You see
One
how that's
water.
reasonable,
Pushing
right? Whether you
Strong backup
believe
con.
the
Good luck,
territorial
everyone.
claims of either side, the Israelis
They might
started
be
a
pushing
state.
Long.
The
walking
Palestinian
mid.
Arabs, the Palestine Arabs did not. I mean, that's just the most obvious thing. And then every opportunity they've had since then, they haven't started a state when given the opportunity for like a two-state solution.
Grenade out.
So nice plays. So like,
Dude, these guys are lost.
you know, my
These guys are
suggestion
actually
when I
lost.
see like Bella Hadid and Simi Hayes, Kadra, and like all these people who are like Palestine this or whatever, resist or whatever, and it's like,
until hits and I push fountain.
you know what you should do? Select better leadership. Like, what's crazy to me is that
Come on,
the Saudis were, at least from all appearances,
incendiary.
including Palestinian, like a Palestinian state
Throwing flashbang.
monster.
Pushing in party.
Back there.
One water.
There's one back monster, I
Come
think.
back long, come back long. Come long, come long.
Grenade.
Oh, behind. I got two in party with bomb down. Last one by long party or playground. I'm sorry.
I do have bomb. Oh, he went back. He went back playground.
Okay. I'm gonna go up to A just in case he.
I'm low.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think if you claim to be for Palestine reasonably,
Oh, he's
And
in
long
long
bathroom.
bathroom.
He has an op now.
He's coming long.
Let's play safe on site.
Long, long, long. He's side. Planting.
Planning.
oh my god. Alright, he planted really deep. I don't know. I thought I could. Nice.
Oh,
That was my bad. He planted really deep, and so I couldn't get an angle on him. I don't know how.
The bomb.
I don't know. Maybe he was facing the other direction. But
We're really leaning into them.
you know, it would be reasonable.
Chewy, do you want that
Come on,
off
Silo.
or?
I
Take
can
it.
drop. I can drop orange.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Okay. We're skilled. There now. What
Thank you.
I dropped you orange.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I'll hit my shots.
I'm trying to.
Yeah, thank you. But yeah, I mean, like, reasonably, most people don't want war, you know?
Water.
Yep, let me go. Head bomb water.
Yeah, there's 2 more monster.
Incendiary out.
I think they're setting up for B.
Grenade out.
One's lit monster.
Flashing go by pillar. Flashing again.
Why would you...
Two water, 2 months.
Why is there only, like, I don't get it. Didn't we call that they were... Okay, whatever. You could save it, dude. But, right, like, it would be reasonable because the Saudis were already, like, trying to include some kind of state, or at least concessions from Israel in order, you know, for the Palestinians, right? As part of the normalization talks that were ongoing prior to all this beginning. And, you know, in my opinion, I think that that Hamas was spurred on by Iran, right? Because it's actually not in the Palestinians' interest that what happened on October 7th happened. Like, it's so out of their interest. All the complaining that you see currently is directly related, or most of it is directly related to the fact that Israel responded to, you know, Hamas rape executing women and children in Israel. So, and filming it themselves and then putting it, because, you know, part of the thing is, it's just criminal. Like, right? It's not even, at that point, it's not...
Chewie, I think, can buy, yeah.
They're claiming to fight for Allah, but, like, it's just a knockoff of the God that, you know, the Israelis actually,
None of us want to be.
you know, have a claim to. Well, they're not A, that I can see.
One on B.
Throwing fire.
One rush.
Bomb has been planted.
You just say none of us went B, but everybody, no one was A.
Yeah, I have an M4 in, just go save M4 in heaven. He's dead. There's one below you, below.
Oh, one's dinged. Why did someone else buy on our team? I guess around the op or something? One's pushing you. You should molly it, I think. It would trap the guy in there. It would be in... For sure the guy would die.
Terrorists win.
But, right, like...
Yeah, I think they do.
It basically, like, they can make up all their religious reasons and whatever, but
Play 4B. Play
They're
4B. I'll just play safe on it.
reasonably, I don't think the Palestinians should support what happened on October 7th. Like, it is so against your interests if that's the case, right? If I'm trying to explain to the Palestinians, like, okay, if you actually want a state, you keep claiming that, and that's why you do all this violent stuff, then you need to stop doing the violent stuff and start, you know, engaging in statecraft, right? Where you're, like, trying to build a state. And they are, you know, for the most part, they aren't doing that. And it doesn't look like they want to do that. It looks like they just want to kill, you know, really, it just looks like they want to kill Jews.
Grenade out.
And so, that being the case...
Push short.
Grenade out. Incendiary.
Out construction, last monster.
I'm coming.
Last is monster.
I'm flanking.
He's on site, on site.
Counter-terrorist win. There's no stopping us.
Yeah, they know. Never mind.
But,
6 scout play, bro.
Oh, yes! Come on, it's not over yet!
I can buy you, group.
I dropped you an AK, blue.
Thank you.
Roger.
Because he's hitting his shots. That's why. Like, actually, that's why I dropped it for him. I wouldn't have done it if he wasn't hitting his shots.
I'm all with you.
And he dropped me earlier, so...
Deploying flashbang. Flashbang.
You watch construction, I'll watch monster.
Corner lit.
Okay, push.
There's one deep monster.
That was the construction guy.
Oh well. So, you know,
Oh, yellow, you
reasonably in the
are
world that we
too long.
actually live in, if the Palestine Arabs want
Who, me?
a place called
Yeah.
Palestine,
But
right?
you
They're
guys don't peek
Arabs.
Within 5 seconds, you gotta leave, man.
They're you know, here's another thing. When people are like, "Oh, look at how there's only a few Palestinians," they're Arabs. They're surrounded by hundreds of millions of other Arabs. The Israelis are really the like ones that are like the lower in number and defending, you know, an actual.
They're here again. This one's just not. They're up short.
And are
Molly both
and
sides.
they're defending the religion, or you know, their religion, right? Their ethno-religious group, right? But theirs is actually like the original one. Like Islam is based on Judaism and Christianity. It's a knockoff of Judaism and Christianity. In fact, the name Allah is too many AK-47s. I can't hear the actual logic, which is kind of my point about Palestine versus Israel. Too many AK-47s. I can't hear the logic. I can just hear AK-47 shooting. I guess a Desert Eagle getting kills. It's probably an Israeli Desert Eagle. I mean, they all are, huh? But or I guess some of them are made in like Minneapolis or something. But you guys want to save a round and we'll full buy next round?
Yeah, I'm gonna save.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna have pistol armor.
Just stack B, just need everything.
Will do.
I'm mollying short. Y'all can take care of monster.
But like, a
Wanna
lot
do a boost with
is
the gun?
just the Hebrew generic
I got it.
title for any deity, right? And so these people who basically just taken this title for deity
I think they
and they're
know,
using it, the Hebrew title for deity,
No, no,
and
no.
they're using it to try to like take Yahweh, who
One's
is
on
Pushing banana. Pushing
Elohim,
banana.
right? Who is
Fine,
the
Planting.
oh, pushing A. They're on A. Nice.
Oh yeah, truck.
I'm coming.
Pushing
I'm
to
coming. One in our spawn. He's in dumpster area, bank area. I think you should
One
save
down.
the AKs because they don't have. Neither of you have a kit. You should save the AKs. It's a decision you got to make
Well,
before
I
you
think it's holding.
push the site.
I think he's longer party.
But nice try. Well, see, this round we could have started with 2 AKs. That's why like the thinking ahead thing works. But you know, it's the same issue that I'm talking about with the Palestinians, I guess, not thinking through your actions. But
That is it. This is it. Let's go.
what she said.
Let's go.
I'll hold monster.
Incendiary out.
That's a mild 10-4.
Throwing flashbang.
A mild 10-4.
Deploying
Out by
flashbang.
fountain.
Grenade out.
I don't see any monster.
Sounds not B.
It isn't B. I'm pushing behind.
Super con.
Throwing fire.
What's up, man?
He's watching behind. He just chooses at that point. They're on site, and this dude's all the way back in their
One
spawn.
more side.
In bank.
Bang.
Oh.
They
I
called
thought that was you.
They called that too late. Nice try. Last round.
Buy up.
That is it. Come on, we can do this. Let's go. Come on.
Let's have at it, mates.
Like what I'm talking about with yaya2 being named after the God of Israel, which is why him attacking Israel is like
Pushing water.
Throwing fire.
Getting out.
they're back of monster.
Throwing smoke.
There's one for you.
There's like 2 back there.
One's fountain.
Deploying smoke.
Bomb is found. Con and 2 water. Oh my god, these guys are tiny as fucking. Yo, push con, shoot.
There's one fountain.
He's here behind monster. He's lit. Nice. Pushed out on site.
On site.
Huh?
Well, just scout out, please. You're not gonna kill him with a USP from there. I mean, you could. I guess you could hit a sick, nutty shot, but. Miller? Your team.
Incendiary out.
Pillar. Green. Oh my, nice. Great play. Let's say green. But yeah. Like, okay. Allah, right, is based on the title for any generic, it's the word for deity or God, right?
Time now, my brother.
Al or El in Hebrew. Or El, and you put a hey at the end, Allah. At that point, it's obviously that's where they get Allah from. But Elohim, which is plural, like if you're saying the gods, that's what Yahweh is, the gods. Or Yahuwah is the gods, right? And so, it's just hilarious to me. Like, yaya2 has dug himself in a hole. Like, I'm gonna say this. It ends with burning eternal torture. And, like, you know, you have attacked the actual, you know, like, the actual name of the deity who, like, you're claiming to follow, right? One
I think they
divider.
pushed off a B.
He's gooched.
Push, Chewie, push.
He's tagged. He's gooched and tagged.
Heaven.
Activating the bomb.
Why me?
Just stay alive, please.
2 water.
One of them's hit 90 something. I mean, there's no way he could be hit anything less. He got hit in the head and in the body. Nice try. I did 99.
How did you all die, Brent? How did you plant bomb without clearing sight?
Well, I was going for the bait, but it was just bad timing.
Don't.
I was about to say one more.
Okay, whatever. Alright, I'm pushing bathrooms fast. Just follow. Try to get trade.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I'm throwing a flashbang.
Connector lit.
I need help.
Two con.
I'm in their spawn.
Yo, green, go plant. Go plant on A. I got this.
Last two were in con.
Bomb has been planted. Terrorists win.
Nice.
Alright. Banana Man doing things. Mac 10 things. But anyway. So, like, you know, they follow the generic title
We're just gonna push con.
that just means deity. It's obviously, it's a really, any logical person, if you really break it down, whether you believe in the Bible or not,
We must win.
the Quran is a poorly written knockoff. Like, any secular person should be able to figure that out really quick.
We can just default.
Anybody with a brain should be able to figure that out really quick. And so, one party, one bathroom. Party is lit. Can my teammates stop using scouts here, please?
There's
Go
something
back, go
on.
back.
I'm gonna pull back.
Well, if they're hitting their shots, I'm fine.
Con.
But anyway, so like it just, like the Palestinian cause, like it didn't really have a real religious backing. I mean, they claim it does, but it's a poorly written knockoff. And then they, you know, like there's a lot of
shotguns.
Jew hatred in the
Maybe
Quran and in the
mid-second.
Hadith, and like
Not too.
if you actually research into it, like even the Islamic sources are just really overly
You trying to come back B?
I'm already pretty much up
full
long.
of Jew hatred.
I know
And
that.
No problems.
you know, a lot of
There was two guns.
sadly, a lot of Arabs are raised in that mindset
Might have
because a
been
lot
the
of
only one.
a lot of Arabs are Muslim. There are Muslim Christians, and yes, they do call God Allah because that's what Allah means. It's a generic word that means deity, right? You get
I'll
it?
smoke bang.
God isn't a name; it's a title, right? And
Clear truck.
Planted.
Last unknown.
the plays, Chewy getting some good plays here.
Smoke phase out.
Hey, good, nice try. Oh, I think you got it. Good job.
Nice, nice.
Ring around the rosy. It works. So, so the Palestinians don't really have the religious aspect. Historically, yeah,
Let's do a B push.
the
this
whole
round.
biblical narrative is how the kingdom of Israel, like, so they're lying on Jesus because the Bible says it's Israel's, right? Or, you know, reasonably would point to Israel and the kingdom of David, the United Monarchy, right?
Slower rush.
Okay. And then,
Oh, rush it, rush it.
I'm throwing a flashbang. Flashbang. I'm throwing flag.
Two in short, two in one.
One behind you, one behind you.
Water, 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 water.
One's behind you.
I'm blind.
One water.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, the one behind you is dead. Last unknown.
He's water?
Yeah.
I'm behind him.
Playtime,
Just
playtime,
playtime.
playtime, playtime.
Yeah.
We will
Nice.
settle your graves.
Can you drop the scout? Thank you. Like, give it to your teammate or something. You can buy a
Did he
scout.
walk up graffiti?
He didn't walk my side of things. I don't know. He didn't go through monster.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I have
Was
no
he
clue.
hiding in the smoke and then just walked behind?
Probably, I think that was it because I didn't see him come out con either.
I was watching con, but
Me too.
either
And I
he
was
hid in the
in
smoke or just
water.
walked through the graffiti.
They might rush us.
Yeah. One close one.
Go grab bomb. Just play slow for picks.
They're probably
They're gonna
playing
be
close
broke.
for pistol kills, I would guess.
Don't push it. We got a pick on B.
I'm headed towards B.
Ow. It's lit.
I think
Sorry.
we can take it. Hold on.
One's still water.
Coming short. One more con.
Con.
There we go.
Good game. I mean, good round.
92.
But yeah, and so like, okay, I've already been over the more recent history of it, but okay, so I've said they're lying on Jesus, they're lying on the Quran, because even the Quran,
They saved, right?
Daoud and Jalut, or David and
Yeah,
Goliath,
pistols.
those are the Arabicized names of David and Goliath. By the way, every word in Arabic,
Try to take long in bathroom.
the majority of the
Shit,
words
that
come out of
knock
Hebrew. It's a Hebrew derivative, so they're fans of the language. They speak a derivative language. They're fans of the religion. The religion is a knockoff of the religion, so it's a derivative religion. Many of the cultural things come out of
One con.
the Jewish and Hebrew things. Like, so it's crazy to me that they want to basically replace the Jews with their own form, which is just a knockoff of the Jews. I mean, it's like, that's maybe the craziest part in all this, but
He's got knocked. Bathroom.
I can't see him. I could have killed him, but
Hit
he
that
flashed
guy
me.
long.
I mean,
I
like,
hit him once.
I hit him once also, so he should be dead.
Con.
If he hit him, he should be dead. Because I definitely hit him. Behind.
One behind you.
You gotta swing at him, orange. One's bathroom. Fountain.
Oh my.
I knew you heard him.
He was somewhere, yeah, I just couldn't figure out where.
No, you're good.
But it's like, you know, in the Quran, it says that Jalut comes from a people that's corrupt and causing, you know, spreading mischief in the land.
Probably B.
That's the Palestinians. The Quran says that about the Palestinians. It doesn't say anything, doesn't mention Palestine other than as the promised land that Allah gives generic random deity who isn't Yahweh, but he does the exact same thing that Yahweh does and gives the children of Israel, or David, the the Daoud, the promised land, which
Through all their util monster.
we could back out and head A. Can you move for a sec, Yellow?
Util's gone.
One con.
Chewbacca's gone.
Water.
Let's go long.
One more pushing you short.
One pushed up in the con.
That's one con on B.
Let's go A. I mean, let's go B. I just threw a smoke towards A. This will be the
We
ultimate
got
juke.
30 seconds.
Yeah, let's go B.
Could be one more con. Could be one more con.
Con.
You heard him in con.
Yeah.
Yeah, by ladder.
Let's go.
You gotta plant quick. Just plant.
Plant.
He's shooting at me from heaven. He dropped.
He dropped.
Damn it.
Oh, man.
I mean, just if Chewbacca just stays alive one moment there, I can actually get that done. But that's, I could also just take the
Damn, I
shots.
didn't even hit him.
Yeah. If he just waited for the challenge, we could challenge him together. But it's okay. I mean, it's fine. I'm gonna Mac 10 rush through bathrooms. Just follow me. Try to get trades. Pick up weapons on the way.
We will make them regret
I'm going fast though.
Let's throw a grenade.
He's in bathroom. Nice, that was the bathroom's player.
Just con.
Truck.
Fuck me, how many times I gotta hit him?
A lot with a Mac 10. Anyway. So, like, even the Quran, you know, like, this Palestinian cause is not just lying on the Bible, but they're lying on the Quran, too. I can read the Quran. Anybody can. Go buy a Quran, read it. It's a poorly written knockoff of the Bible. I mean, actually,
Bro.
it's way shorter, too, because it's all just stories from the Bible ripped out for the most part, and some non-canonical stuff that, you know, silliness. But I mean, it's just like, I feel like the Palestinian cause really didn't have a leg to stand on, and so actually, if they really want this, so like Bella Hadid, it would be your responsibility as like maybe the most prominent Palestinian in the world to echo what I'm saying, because what I'm saying is reason, right? This stuff where they're rape executing like 14-year-old girls in Israel as like part of the cause. If you don't stand for that, you should echo my points of like, hey, the Palestinians how did that not hit him in the head? One monster. I don't think Purple should buy a scout every round. Like, he's like the lowest rated person on the team. He's kind of close in damage, so I mean, he's hitting
Connector
some shots,
simulator.
but it's just like that one where he's like, I hit the guy. It's like, okay, with an op, if you hit him, you would have killed him, right? But just a thought.
Let's do like a Tech 9 rush out monster, and then we just save for
Okay.
last.
Sounds good.
Now is the time.
Let them use util
Don't
first.
Chewie, you're blocking me. There's an AK down, Chewie.
I'm throwing fire. Decoy.
One more on the right
Killer.
side by my. Two monster. Nice, dude.
Thank you. Hopefully that keeps us in contention. That could be my value add to the team. Is that round? Even though I guess I'm top damaging. Someone need a gun? There's an AK for someone. Green, there's an AK down for. But
Oh, he's low, monster. He's upping, he's low.
nice.
One more monster.
That's their top frag. Alright, let's work towards B.
One monster.
I'm coming.
Nice, he's dead.
We should be able to take side now, but hold on.
Yo.
Let's work together and go fast.
Con's clear.
Cover my pit. Nice, good job.
Oh, where was he?
Does someone want this op, or do you want me to use it?
Okay, I'll take it. I can drop.
Thanks.
I'll keep bomb with me. I'll play safe.
So yeah, or if Sama and Hayakadra also want to echo this thing where it's like, hey, y'all need leadership that's not just gonna, like, sanction, like, rape execution of children, right? That seems actually, like, reasonable. So, you know, if you guys actually want to have a cause that's worth fighting for and whatever, it probably can't at all be related to Hamas or whatever. It's just, like, you can make up all the things that you want, but for the most part, it's easy to call bullshit on a lot of the things that are going on with the Palestinians. And so, like, if that can be addressed, you know, then maybe there actually can be a plan moving forward to get a state for Palestine, right? It would be reasonable, but it looks to me like that's not gonna happen. Where?
And no, wait, I cleared it. How the fuck did he hide there?
They're trying to boost.
Boost!
Two
One bathroom.
B's ours.
We
have B.
They also.
Alright, I'm rotating back.
Go B. We don't have time, we do.
Got plenty of time.
Alright, he is on B.
Toxic.
He's close.
Just go ahead.
Nice.
Jeez, boys.
So yeah, I mean, I think my points are really valid and probably should be listened to. And, you know, ultimately, by the way, the Yahud are what or Yahudi or Yahudim is what the Arabs call the Jews, because they follow the deity known as Yah or Yahu or Yahuwah, and Yahweh, the way of Yah, right? And so the Palestinians, which by the way in Hebrew, Palestinian means like immigrant or foreigner. The idea is that even when they were writing about them, they were named this because they immigrated from somewhere else into Palestine, what they want to call Palestine, which is again from even the Quran, the promised land that is given to David as he defeats the Palestinian champion Goliath, right? So, or Dawood defeats Jalut in the Quran. But in any instance, it's the same thing. It's Israel's land. That's why all of this, it just seems like Jedi mind tricks that the Arabs are playing. And I don't mean all Arabs. I mean mostly the ones that are Muslim. And a lot of them that are even more secular here in the U.S. Like, I don't think Simi Hayes or Bella Hadid, I don't think they're really Muslims. I mean, they don't act like it. I've read the Quran. I know what it means, at least Quranically, to be a Muslim. It ain't what they do. So I don't actually think they're really Muslim. As opposed to Christianity, it's not in Christianity, right? To call someone a Christian, this, that, or the other, just means that you believe in Jesus as your Lord and Savior, right? But to be a Muslim, you actually have to do certain things and live a certain lifestyle in submission to generic deity known as deity. So now that deity is not Yahweh, because Yahweh wouldn't undo what he's already said. That's how you know it's not Yahweh. And it just, if you have any bit of understanding of what's going on, when I see like smug white people here in America, or black people, or whoever, but smug people here in America talking about this, and they know nothing. They don't know anything about it. They don't know biblically. They don't know Quranically. They don't know historically. They don't know the recent history, the ancient history. They don't know anything, yet they just parrot what they hear. Intifada, river to the sea. They look stupid. If you're doing that, you look stupid. You should change your mind. That's what the word repent means. Metanoia in Greek, change of mind. It means you were thinking one way, now you're thinking another. So to like Bella Hadid and Simi Hayes Kadra and stuff, there is a voice of reason telling you, reasonably, you guys are voices for Palestine, right? You really want to be that? You should speak up to end the violence going on there, and you should condemn what Hamas has done. And then you should use your I want to say social authority, but your clout to push someone who might actually be, a non-violent, aggressive statesman for the cause of Palestine. Because what y'all have now will never get you a Palestine, because that's not how the modern world works, right? That might have been how, back in the days of the Islamic Caliphate that swept over Arabia and all of the Middle East and conquered it, which is why these places exist as Islamic strongholds today. It's because they converted everybody at the end of a sword. But realistically, if the Palestinians or the Palestinian cause actually wants to progress forward, all this stuff about Hamas and Intifada and stuff like that needs to go. It's just the reality of it. Hamas ain't gonna beat Israel. Hamas definitely ain't gonna beat the United States of America. And if there's a guy in Houston that's able to call bullshit on this whole thing just based on history, religion, logic, on a multifaceted approach to call one side out on their bullshit, I'm perfectly willing. You can even go back in my videos, my Fringecraft videos. I think Israel comes off really heavy-handed at times, though. Part of my thing, as I was saying at the beginning of all of this, is the Arabs know that. All the people around them, by that I mean, Saudi Arabia knows that. Even the Persians, Iran, knows that, right? That's one of the reasons why I think that the Iranians would have subtly tried to sway or push this idea of doing this. And when they did it, again, because At the time when this whole October 7th thing happened, it was happening behind closed doors, so nobody really knows. But it seemed like Israel and the United States were making headway on some kind of normalization between Saudi Arabia, aka the Gulf Arab world, like, because anything Saudi Arabia does, all the other Gulf Arab states are pretty much going to follow. Maybe not Qatar, because they're literally hosting the Hamas masterminds, or the heads of Hamas, whose organization rape executed children and teenagers and women and whatever. But, the whole rape execution of children is wrong. You can't call that wrong. And then when you hear the Palestinians, well, like, they're killing, it's like, well, no shit, because y'all went into Israel and rape executed. They weren't doing this before. They weren't doing, the types of bombing and, like, mass destruction, they aren't doing for no reason. There is a reason behind it. What's called a casus belli, and that's what that was. October 7th is a great example of a casus belli for for Israel going to war. And so if you can't recognize that, again, you probably shouldn't be in any position to, like, claim anything about Israel, anything about Palestine. You should probably read up on things. I don't want to come off as cocky here, but at the same time, I'm tired. To be honest, I'm tired of hearing about Israel and Palestine. Like, I'm just over it. So, these are my thoughts. I'm trying to give reasoned things. Is it exactly what I want out of the situation? I want the kingdom of heaven to come, which is the thing at the end of the Bible that seems to be like a singularity where death is defeated and everything is good, and, we live into a future where everybody is happy together. You know that thing that people like to call utopia? Okay, utopia is a knockoff of the kingdom of heaven. And death is defeated. You know what defeats death? Death 2, all right? Death 2 throws Death 1 into Death 2, which is the burning lake, and Death 1, along with Satan and whatever other bad characters and whatever, tortured forever. I'm sure Yahya Sinwar, whose sin is this war that he has started where children were rape executed. There's no excuse for that. I'm assured that he is going to taste the second death, burning eternal torture. There's no doubt about it. And anybody who's against, Yahweh is going to deal with that. Okay? So, I'm going to end this here, but Bella Hadid, you have a lot of authority in the world of social, things, right? A lot of clout, as they say. You could actually save people's lives if you speak up reasonably, but I don't hear anything reasonable. Same thing from Simi Hayes Kadra, Salman Hayad, or Fi, or any of the, the most prominent Palestinian young socialites. I don't hear anything other than the echoing of the same bullshit that everybody says. And that's not going to help anybody. People are going to die because y'all won't speak up for what is right, which is in the violence, right? Again, prior to October 7th, this kind of violence that, complain about Israel bombing everything, there were some incidents. I think Israel's heavy-handed. That's what I've said. I think Israel needs to do certain things differently. That being said, I do actually think they give a lot of advanced warning in ways that no other country in the world is going to give people that kind of advanced warning. Like, in war, letting people know you're coming is like tantamount to, like, killing yourself. Like, it's giving away your advantage. And there's a lot of times Israel will do that in order so that the Palestinians can't claim, they're doing it just to attack civilians or whatever, that they give warning. But anyway, I'm not going to be able to, like, fix this whole issue with this one video, but I do think a lot of the main points I've covered. And, like, it seems like Israel, with a rationed mind, is in the right. Okay? Again, I'm going to say this one more time. Palestine doesn't exist currently because in 1948, when they could have created a state on the same day, at the same moment that Israel did, that the Jews created Israel, right? The modern day state of Israel. There's a much more ancient claim, but the modern day state of Israel is at the same time that the Palestinians or the Palestine Arabs or the Arabs in Palestine or Mandate Palestine could have created a modern day state of Palestine, right? An actual state. But instead of starting that state, like the Israelis did, they started a war against the Israelis, then lost that war. And then they complain about it and call it the Nakba. And then since that point, there's just been a series of attempts to broker a two-state solution or a state solution or something. And at every instance, the Palestinians, who have no leverage at this point because they already, instead of starting a state, started a war, so they've lost a lot of face in this, come back with unequivocal no's and then start more wars, right? This is why you need better leadership as the Palestinians. This is why I'm telling Bella Hadid and whatever, y'all can't bullshit anymore. Jedi mind tricks are not going to work in this situation. You can't just, oh, the Israelis, blah, blah. Okay, well, a rationed mind sees through y'all's bullshit. You can't keep coming back to the table with an unequivocal no and then violence. Eventually, someone's going to call you out on it and be like, well, this is why you don't deserve a state. Because if you're a people that constantly goes to war, even when you're offered a state, if you have a state and this is what you do, you're going to lose it very quickly. So, you know. Anyway, I think whatever happens, ultimately, what I take solace in is I believe in Yahweh, the God of Israel. I don't believe that really what either side is particularly saying as far as that's concerned. Like, really, if Israel wanted to like secure the Temple Mount, they would emphasize the fact that there's a monument to a knockoff deity who's literally the generic title deity. It's just like Baal in the Old Testament. Baal is a title of Yahweh that then is like deified. People start taking it as its own deity, like what happened with the title deity, and then, and then at that point, there's a challenge from the prophet Elijah, whose name is basically Allah Jah, right? But it means my God. Eli, El, or Al, and then a yod at the end is my God. Yah. My God is Yah, right? Okay. So this my God is Yah defeats the prophets of Jezebel, who is for Bel or Baal, and then, by calling fire from the sky. I do think there's something in Revelation kind of about that, about like the whole mark of the beast, and there's like some kind of beast from the earth, which empowers the beast from the sea to do all sorts of signs and miracles, including calling fire from the sky. My guess is, if you read the Quran, there's a beast from the earth that Islam raises, and like everything in Islam does seem to be like just like in opposition. Like there's a white stone in Revelation, and there's the idea of the stone of Israel from Genesis 49, and that's Jesus or Yahweh, the stone that the builders refused. And in Revelation, it's given to the person who conquers at this third church. So the one who's conquering at the seven churches, that's a third gift, or the gift at the third church, and then you go to the fourth church, fifth church. Okay, where you deal in the fourth church, you deal with Jezebel. Okay, so there's a black stone in Mecca that the cube that you see the black cube that you see Muslims NASCARing around. They go around it 7 times and they perform ritualistic things in a really idolatrous fashion. There's on one of the corners, so the cornerstone of the Mecca, of the like giant fighting robot that the Arabs have created to like the Ishmaelites have created to try to like take over true religion. At the corner of that, there's a black stone that if you kiss it, it forgives your sins. Well, Jesus is the one who forgives your sins. Yahweh and Jesus are the one that forgive your sins. So it's in direct opposition to the white stone that is Jesus. This has nothing to do with black or white race. It's like, just symbolism, right? So, I mean, it's pretty obvious to me that Islam is just in direct opposition to reality, and it seems like just a lot of money and wizardry. And I mean, literally, like the last thing I'm going to say here is, you ever see the crescent moon symbol all over Islamic stuff? You know who else you see the crescent moon symbol with a lot? Witches and wizards, people who do magic, people who are into like subversive ideology and like, you get where I'm going with this? It's really obvious that that's all it is like, a magically empowered kind of bullshit false religion, right? And it somehow has a lot of power because people are putting power into it. And as Jesus says, it's what you believe. Mark 9:23. Anything is possible to him who believes. Well, if you have a billion Muslims believing some bullshit, it might have some power in it, even if it's bullshit. So if you're mad that I'm calling it out with reason and just the truth from an older book that everything in the Quran is copied from, almost everything, tough shit. That's the reality of it. You could probably change to follow the real religion, that is Yahweh, and in the same way that I'm like calling out bullshit here, you'd be able to call out the bullshit going on in Israel. You'd be able to call out the bullshit elsewhere. But for the most part, I don't see people doing that. They just want to put their, the weight of their voice behind something silly, and it's just, no. It's a sad state of affairs, and I guess that's why we find ourselves in this situation that we find ourselves in. But I'm going to end this here. So, Bella Hadid, Samat, and Hayakadra, like, reasonably, you should speak out for this. Otherwise, you're just hypocrites and liars and stuff. I don't expect you to. I think you're hypocrites and liars. But making the point here so that it's like, well, yeah, didn't I call you out on this then? And haven't I been saying this since, in the least, a year or two ago? I made I made the videos about the dancing Israelis, during 9/11, which, remember, Osama bin Laden did 9/11 because, America supports the Zionists. The real Zion is the one at the end of the Bible in Revelation, where there's 144,000 virgins and some guy, one like a son of man, seemingly, well, the idea is seemingly it's getting at is that it's Jesus, and Jesus is giving it to the one who's conquering at the seven churches. That's what it looks like to me. If you can reasonably argue that the opposite side of that, go ahead. But I believe textually I have you in a headlock with this one. It's just what it's suggesting. So that's the real Zion. That's the real Zion that I care about, is the 144,000 virgins. So I want my virgins. I ain't getting 72 virgins. I ain't getting 144 virgins. You get that? That's 72 times 2, right? 70, 140, 2, 2, 4, 144 times 1,000. Okay, so it seems like very symbolic, right? There's 144,000. Double, and then times 1,000. And 1,000 would be the, an aleph, an alpha in Hebrew. It's 1,000, right? Or a troop or something, right? It can mean 1,000. It can also, I guess, mean one, but it would seem in the Strong's Concordance that it means 1,000. So 144,000 virgins. That's what I'm worried about. That's why I want to conquer at the seven churches. I want that to be me. I want 144,000 virgins. Seems reasonable to me. If everything that I say seems really reasonable, probably should be listening to me instead of whoever else the fuck you're listening to. So I'm getting my stuff straight out the Bible. So, and right here, I'm thinking, which a lot of people don't seem to do. So this has gone way overboard, but I kind of enjoy this, talking about these serious subject matters as I pwn noobs in Counter-Strike. Not that I had the greatest game ever. I'm just happy we won that, but I do feel great about that clutch quad. So, yeah. Okay. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a blessed one. I'm glad this is a win. And yeah, catch you next time. Later. I guess also, if we're doing the Doomsday thing, this is me coming in with the Spear of Destiny or Spear of something, and it's like kryptonite to me. or something? Am I Karen, having to deal with Bella Hadid and shit? Like, but it's like kryptonite, and I'm having to fly in with the thing and stab the whatever doomsday is. Some bullshit fake knockoff religious bullshit fake monster thing. I don't even know. That can only be defeated with like reason and most people get Jedi mind tricked out of actually saying anything, but that doesn't work against a guy named Yoda. At least doesn't seem like it. But yeah. All right. Well, that's it. Hope you enjoyed. Have a blessed one. I'll catch you next time. Later. Yeah. And hallelujah. That means praise Yah. Anyway, later, y'all. Yeah.